Hello everyone, welcome back to brand new episode of Metro Mom, and today we are going to do some DIYs for your kitchen. All the 5 DIYs which I'm going to do today are very simple and they will give a very elegant look to your kitchen. If you love watching my videos, then please don't forget to click the subscribe button and also tap on the bell icon so that you're not missing any of my video. Now let's jump into the first project, and for the first project I'm going to make a DIY wall art for your kitchen. And for this DIY I'm using the frame of my old canvas. My daughter has ruined it. As you can see, she has scribbled over, so I wanted to use a wooden frame because it will give a very elegant look to our wall art. And then I have cut 2 pieces of hard white paper so that I can do the DIY on this paper sheets, and then I will stick them on the back of these frames. You can also use a thin paper and then stick it on a piece of cardboard. And next I'm going to use this transfer sheet from Itsy Bitsy. This is a new product from Itsy Bitsy and I absolutely love it. This is the easiest way to do fun DIYs, and you can use my coupon code for discount. It is getting displayed on the screen. So this one particular sheet has 4 designs and I'll cut off 2 designs from here which I'll be using in our DIY wall art. So let's cut it. Now we have to transfer this image onto the white paper, so I will take out the transparent sheet from the top and I will invert the paper, and then I will use a wet sponge so that the image gets transferred on paper. You can use this image transfer sheet on wood, on paper, on metal, on plastic. There are multiple ways of using this image transfer sheet, so I'm using here on a piece of paper and I will peel it off, and just like that our design is ready. Next, I am going to mix some green, brown and red acrylic color, and then I will use a sponge and then I will dab the color on the sides sides of this piece of paper so that the image gets blended, because if we leave it on the white sheet it will not look that great. So we are giving it a slightly vintage look, and we will follow the same process with the other sheet. Once done, we will leave it for drying. I would have loved to use this wooden frame as it is. I love the natural look, but there is a staple and there are 4 staples on all sides which are visible and I cannot remove it, so I'll use a chalk paint on the top surface. So I have pasted the paper sheet on the back of the frame using Fevicol, or you can use any other glue, and now I am going to give it a coat of varnish so that it stays for longer and it does not get dirty. So I'm applying some varnish on this wall frame. You can also buy this varnish from Itsy Bitsy. I'll be sharing the link in the description box. Once done, then we will leave it for drying, and we will follow the same process for other frame too. Now this step is completely optional. I am using some dark wax so that I can give this frame a old rustic look. You can leave it as it is. For applying the wax, I'm just using a cotton cloth and applying very little bit amount of wax. And we are done. These wall frames are super light, so you can hang them using double-sided tape, and if you live in a rental, then also you will have no trouble and they will give a very elegant look to your kitchen. Moving on to our second project, we are going to give a facelift to an old tray. I had this old tray since really long with me. I am using it for keeping small knickknacks in the kitchen, like my kitchen napkin and all. So at first I'm going to give it a coat of chalk paint, white chalk paint I'm using, and before painting it I will clean it thoroughly because it has been lying in the kitchen, so it has got some amount of dust. So I'm just cleaning and wiping it, and then I will start painting it using a stencil brush. I got this white chalk paint from itsybitsy.com. It is also available on Amazon, so it's up to you. You can buy it from anywhere, and I am giving it a 2 coat. After that, I will use a decoupage napkin. Few months back, I saw a vintage herb tray on Pinterest, and this DIY is inspired from that particular image. So I saw this decoupage napkin on Itsy Bitsy, and I immediately know what I wanted to do with it. So I am just taking out some designs. So in order to take the design out, I am simply applying some water using a thin brush, and then I will carefully take out the design without disturbing the rest of the designs. Now let's start the decoupage process. For the decoupage, I'm taking out the layer below the napkin, and then I'm applying some decoupage glue onto the surface of the tray, and then using a fan brush I am gently applying the tissue onto the tray. You have to be very careful, very gentle, so that you are taking out all the air bubbles and you are not damaging the tissue. And I will use the same process for sticking the other two designs. Once we are done sticking designs on all the sides of the tray, we will leave it for drying at least for 1 to 2 hours. And after 2 hours, we will give a second coat of decoupage glue and then leave it again for drying. So once the tray dried, I have lightly sanded the edges so that the design looks blended. And now I am going to apply some dark wax for that vintage look. This step is again optional. You can skip it. I am using dark wax from Annie Sloan, and then I have used a cotton cloth and taken very small amount of wax, because this is a very dark wax. It can completely ruin your design. So I have taken very small amount, and then I am gently applying it all over the designs, and then I am simply trying to blend them with the overall design. Now to finish it off, I am going to apply some matte varnish all over the design. Even in the inner sections, I am going to apply the varnish so that the chalk paint remains stiff, and we can even wipe it using a soft cloth. And just like that, our rustic vintage style wooden tray is ready. You can use it for storing anything. It will give a very unique touch to your kitchen. You can store your kitchen napkins, use them for storing some small knickknacks. Now let's talk about our third project, wherein I'm going to create a small snacks storage box using an old ghee dabba. This is a very common dabba which is found in most of the Indian houses. So first I'm going to apply some chalk paint on the dabba. I love using chalk paint for few reasons, because first of all, it has a matte finish, and secondly, it has a minimum amount of spillage and it dries very quickly. So these are the few reasons which is why I love chalk paint. You can even use a white acrylic paint on it. It is completely optional. And I will give a 2 coat to this dabba, and for the second coat I will be using a sponge instead of brush, because I wanted to give a textured look to this dabba. Once done giving the second coat, we will leave it for drying. For this project too, I am going to use this lavender themed image transfer sheet from Itsy Bitsy. This sheet has got very cute elements, and I am going to use some of these on my snack storage box. So using a scissor, I will cut out some designs which I want to use on the box. We will keep the cut designs upside down, and then we will dab a wet sponge so that the image gets transferred. Press it so that the design gets properly transferred, because this can has got curves, and once you remove the upper section, your design is ready. And we will follow the similar process with different designs which I have cut out from the main sheet. Mix and match big and small designs. I have even stuck one on the top of the lid using the same process. And now for the finishing look, I am going to apply some matte varnish again so that the design stays safe and we can wipe it easily. And in a matter of 15 minutes, your very cute snack container is ready. You can use it for storing anything, any snack item. We have not painted inside, so it is completely safe for storing any edible items. Moving on to project number 4, we are going to make a very easy oil dispenser. It will hardly take 10 minutes and you will have your very own stylish oil dispenser bottles. You can keep adding bottles and have a collection of different oils. And I have bought these dispenser necks from Amazon. These are very good quality. You can wash them in warm water, so they are very good. I've been using them since really long, and today I'm showing it to you after a little bit of cleaning. So I got these from Amazon, as I mentioned before, and I cannot remove the sticker from this bottle because I think they were printed on it. So I'm going to apply some label on it. I have designed it myself. You can also do it. So at first I'm going to cut it out. Once the labels are ready, I am going to stick them onto the bottle using a decoupage glue. You can even use Fevicol or any white glue for sticking them onto the bottle. Stick them and leave them for a while, let them dry. I didn't let them dry properly, so I had some air bubbles, which you will see in the clips ahead. So be a little bit patient. Once the glue gets dried, give them a top coat using a matte varnish. This will give them a longer life, and even if the bottle gets dirty, you can easily wipe them using a wet cotton cloth. If you're trying to be mindful, you're trying to be eco-friendly, and you are looking for sustainable home decor and organization options, then I think this is a good DIY to start with. You can use any glass bottle and convert them into oil dispensers. This is a very easy DIY. You can make your own label, give them a wash from time to time. You can wipe these bottles using warm towels, and they are not too costly. Just they will hardly take around 50 rupees per bottle. And I hope you guys enjoyed this DIY. Now let's move on to our last DIY. So I think this is going to be my favorite DIY. So I've been collecting chutney and jam jars since really long, and I decided to use them as spice jars because I can keep adding them and use same labels so that I have a consistent look in my pantry. And I downloaded these labels from Pinterest, and then I just cut them out, and then I will write on them using a pen. And for removing the label from these bottles, I've just dipped them in soap solution, warm soap solution, for 2 hours, and then they simply easily come out. And now we will convert them into spice jars. Use a ball pen or non-bleeding pen for writing on the labels so that you do not have any incident of color bleeding. Once done writing on the labels, I have simply pasted them on the bottles using decoupage glue, and then I have given them a coat of varnish. For giving a makeover to the bottle caps, I have given them first coat of white chalk paint, and then for the second round I have used golden metallic paint, and I have applied it using a dry sponge, and then I have left it for drying. And this is how they have finally turned out. I'm in love with these spice jars. I think the best part is I can keep adding bottles and give them a similar look so that my pantry looks even more organized and beautiful. And they are very simple to make, very budget friendly and eco-friendly as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this kitchen DIY video. I thoroughly enjoyed doing these DIYs for you guys, and I will come again next week with another interesting video.